space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Bengals with 2 extra DBs. A nickel look on 3rd.
Blanketing the passing lanes.
Jameis to throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 and 6 and went out in the 1st round. I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. So they still get the completion even though the blitz was on. But the blitz got there. Does that stay in the mind of the quarterback the next couple plays?
That's what you're hoping for. That's what you're planning for. It's a little risk-reward, right? You're leaving your guys on an island back there in man coverage. But you take the chance that you get to the quarterback and somebody gets completion here. Congratulations. Keep coming at it, and hopefully it pays off by the end of the game that you're starting to get to him while still able to cover on the back end.
Again, it's Burrow. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bengals are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Saints, nothing. McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals will take over here just shy of the 30. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders, who knows what it could be. He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Landry now on the return. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're probably lucky to only be down 7-0 as they come up 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Winston so complete there to Thomas. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
All-pro receiver Michael Thomas missed all of 2021 while recovering from an ankle injury, but we'll never forget that he set an NFL record in 2019 with 145 catches. When healthy, borderline unguardable, just like he was on that play.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. It'll be a Saints 1st down on the pickup of 13. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. The Saints had a disappointing 1-4 as they start play. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. That ain't going to be tough to beat in this one.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a 1st here on 3rd down. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Winston to the sideline here on 4th down, and Will Lutz gets set for a New Orleans field goal try. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. He's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
What a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bengals drive about to get going. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And that is incomplete.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3 and out.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Now Landry. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it. And he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Kamara up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Winston looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Showed some strong running, but quickly corralled just beyond the 10-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Hey, you gotta go score. Let's go.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. This goes out wide from Mixon. He's going to have the 1st down and more than that. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 34 yards.
Tell you what, partner, you got the football in his hands. Just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into first down and then some. He will find his man Chase complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And between the last two plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had
rush coming, and he's taken down. Here we go. Protection's certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
The partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Preston Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
4th down, out comes the punter, Drew Chrisman.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he'll get credit for a punt inside the 20, not by much, but inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
19-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit high.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover, put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. Play action now. Winston. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. A 10th carry for Kamara. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. On the counter, here's Kamara. And he's going to be met at about the 43. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And not what he was hoping for there as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback.
On one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw.
Rolling to his right. And that's caught inside the 35. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
T. Higgins,
66 yards.
And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point is good.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. And he'll be taken down at the 34. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Winston. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Final play of the half here. Winston.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going.
This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here. That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going, so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced. Either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase.
And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He'll buy some time right.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. This one caught downfield by Higgins.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 24-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. To the air again, Burrow.
Open man is Chase, complete.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They're passing here. Joe Burrow.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season.
And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, Winston. Escapes the save. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long.
And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time.
Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
Here we go.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And they open the lead up now to 25.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
There's Chris Olave.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Chris Olave.
75 yards.
And the Saints are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is down to 28-10. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
Dancing to his left. He completes it to Boyd. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Escaping the pressure right.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans. Rolling along here in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 10.
Burrow will throw. Open man is Higgins.
On the move past the 40.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 39 yards there, a big one.
CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground, and here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did, but poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
And the next-gen stats, CD, it shows us he covered better than 20 yards after the initial contact was made.
15 yards down to the 15 and a 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield. for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Here we go.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Let's get set.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase there to make the grab. And the Bengals get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Saints 10.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out.
2nd and 5.
Throwing, Winston. And that is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Green, 17.
Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he is going to have the Saints 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
No reason not to try it there. And they do indeed convert on 4th. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Winston. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Winston. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. That'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18.
Makes the score. Saints 17.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
On line, ready?
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10.
At their own 21.
He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out of the shot. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. There's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again.
No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 3rd down, Winston. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. A 1st down throw for Winston. Complete. It's Johnson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
That one on the guard, Cesar Ruiz.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Jameis to throw it.
Tries the left side and finds Olave. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston, catch here, left side, Thomas.
He's got room at the 30.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
That's good for a Saints. 1st down. 1st and 10.
They'll throw again. Winston.
Olave holds it in.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints.
Alvin Kamara with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Winston to throw for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Here we go. Ball at the 24 at a 2nd and 11.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without penalty.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd.
And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here we go with Burrow.
Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd down. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
Here we go.
2nd and 7.
Ready?
Now it's Burrow.
And that one caught downfield by Boyd.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd, 57 yards. And the Bengals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Kickoff concludes the ball game, partner, and one side a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense and on defense.
And I'm guessing in the other locker room, partner, the head coach is just telling this team, hey, we didn't play well enough to keep it close enough. With that one possession down the stretch, might have given us an opportunity to win the game.
So for Cincinnati, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.
My Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr to the reality, we still outside. Mine on the richest, heart in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boy stocks on the rise, Charlie, this flex know they ready. See, we went on the ride nobody with, we the ones who started with it. Translation, Yanni had to buy, Yanni had Yanni hits. This goes so hard, even the ops go with it, That's how you know we lit. Grrr,
Got so many memories that I made on Cascade Road. I done gained the world, I ain't never sell my soul. This is God-given, so I thank him as I go. Hate to sound conceited, but I know. Crazy thing they with me. Yeah, crazy thing they with me. Run up on me, baby, show you gon' see. Yeah, God power from my head and my feet. Yeah. Colossal, what I say is gospel. I cook this with love, they gon' eat it up and swallow me. I'm from the ghetto, babe. Seen bodies in the street before I could tweet. I came from nothing, I turned a mustard seed into a million. In the discussion, had a TED talk with the higher me, show me how to run it up. I need all my cheese. Every day that I wake up, I'm pinching myself, can't believe that I'm really me. Popping shows in New Zealand, boy, you is not eating, man. We do not play in the same league. I gave my mama some racks and she asked me if I'm selling. I said, mama, please. If I was, do you think I'd let you know? Got so many memories that I made on Cascade Road. This is God-given, so I thank her as I go. This gon' sound conceited, but I know. Crazy thing they with me. Yeah, crazy thing they with me. Yeah, got power from my head to my feet. Yeah, run up on me, baby, so you gon' see. I chase, I just attract what you put in, you get back. I'm screaming Campbell, then still hit the dance and wherever I'm at. Feel like a champion, mamba mentality. I am the masterpiece, life is the craft. These love me and I can't resist it, but I'm only guilty of slipping too fast. Life is by legacy, what lies ahead of me, helping to get peace with this past. Nibity regular that I pack, 007 before you react. Don't think twice, my only advice for my granddad before he passed. Look to the stars, look at the sky at night. Tell me that heaven ain't black on everything I love. Try not to brag till you bring it up. Tunnel vision, block opinions, and I could give what think of us. Duck jab hooks in it through the roof with an uppercut. Tell the truth, shut the devil up. In the booth, I'm untouchable. Crazy thing they with me. Yeah, crazy thing they with me. Run up on me, baby, so you gon' see. Yeah, got power from my head and my feet. Your goals, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished. Put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah. Put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach, put me in the game. They put me in, so